Louder, more volume is needed, they are saying. Yeah, like this, right? Yeah. Yeah. Or, oh, what the hell I am doing here? Like, how the hell I got up here? Oh my God. You guys know, normally I do this in tiny bars, right? Like, what is this? Like, like there's a screen and there's trees for some reason. Lights. I wish I was high here. Like, do you feel like that with these lightings? Oh my God. So yeah, before we start, some disclaimers. First of all, the event that you paid the ticket prices for, that part is over. Like that, this part is free. To set the expectations. Second of all, you are not going to learn anything new here. So, who learned something new during the event? Raise of hands. Okay, keep that. Like, don't forget, right? And third, believe it or not, I did this before, and they invited me again, still thinking why, but here we are. So there must be something. Are we all good with these 3 disclaimers? I'm still seeing some confused faces, so let me put these things into a cringy LinkedIn post. It seems like you can digest this content easier. So let's see. But there is a history of how I ended up with this situationship with PyData. And I want to tell you about it. In fact, I am very much inspired by how Google shares its milestones in the field of AI in these presentations. So I'll use that to tell you my story on PyData. So here is milestones in LLMs by Google. Oh, there's the screen. So yeah, I'm not used to screens. Milestones in LLMs by Google, right? And me doing comedy in PyData. So we are going to fill these timelines with milestones. So June 2017, Attention is All You Need is published. Groundbreaking milestone, transformers are introduced, great stuff. September 2024, I did the worst presentation ever, PyData 2024. Groundbreaking milestone, cool stuff. December 2023, Gemini LLM is released. Great model, great capabilities, milestone. September 2025, I am here doing the sequel of whatever the hell I did last year. And that's pretty much it for both of us. But is anyone from Google here, by the way? Anyone? Because I'm such a fan. I've been searching for stuff since very young. Yeah. Yeah. But it all started with this guy who happens to be the head of extracurriculars of PyData High Committee, who, by the way, also has his name on his LinkedIn profile picture for some reason. It all started with this guy coming up to me, and he looks like that to me all the time, by the way, and asked me to make jokes, learning that I do stand-up comedy at the time. And I was a bit pissed off by how he forgot that I'm also a data scientist. So I did this worst presentation ever last year. And for some reason, people liked it. So I made a LinkedIn post, and he also liked it a lot. So I made a LinkedIn post, and people lost their shit. I did it, folks. I gave the worst presentation ever at PyData Amsterdam, and like I didn't get this much attention when I published a paper, like. And it gets better. So, and then of course it was like, for the next thing. But enough for the story. I want to tell you about myself. Just like everyone here, we have many I have many roles, many identities in life that I have. Some I listed here. For instance, as an individual with a disability, I'm a fan of accessibility. I know there's something special about entering places. Um, let's start with that actually. So let me tell you about my condition since we are so intimate now. Um, I cannot walk. I am partially paralyzed and chronically inspirational. Um, I love that word, inspirational. It's a major birth defect. Some people call it like that. I like to call it a deployment pipeline failure. Um, but I had rough times, so I have to say. During my childhood, due to my condition, I have to have many surgeries. I stayed in hospital a lot. My parents were very concerned. My mother emotional. There is a special moment that I really remember. When I was 6 years old, right after a very bad surgery, I was in my hospital room with my mother, and a doctor who really cared about me entered, and she saw my mother, and she leaned down, she held her hands, and told my mother, don't worry, your child will one day turn data into actionable business insights. So we made a LinkedIn post out of it. And here I am. Uh, another thing about me, I do admire people who have a passion for making the world a better place, right? There are really noble causes. Take climate change, for example. It's really important to help fight with climate change. It's really important to act on our future. In fact, I do believe every single individual here should do something in their daily lives to help fight with climate change. Because I can't. Too many things on my plate, dude. Like, you guys save the planet, I save this. Um, um, I also used to identify as a comfort zone escaper. I actually had that without knowing what it really meant. Because we keep hearing this, right? Get out of your comfort zone, escape your comfort zone. And this is like the classic thing, right? That is shown to us very often. So like, this is the zone, comfort, and like here I am, and like we have to get out there because like the real shit is happening here. But I don't know about you, but I quickly realized most often life is actually like this, or even this, right? So I mean, it's very nice that like to work hard for something that you want to achieve things. It's very important, but to assume there's a whole zone that you are nice and comfortable, and you have to get out of it. Like Arda, get out of your comfort zone. Like I asked, where is my comfort zone? Like, can we find that? I actually met with this a while ago, life and career coach who really cared about this concept in the office. She was a woman who came from Nijmegen. Her name was Karen. And she really liked these zones. And she kept telling us, like, getting out of your comfort zone. I remember, I swear, I heard her telling a colleague of mine personally, saying like, hey, you really must get out of your comfort zone. And my colleague is from China, so I don't know how far Nijmegen is, but Karen has to chill out, I think. So yeah, and yeah, like the hard life is our disability and so. Actually, like enough with that. My ex, when we were dating first, when I started comedy, when I showed her my performances, actually said to me, Yeah, are you all gonna joke about your disability? Is that your whole thing as a comedian, really? So anyways, here's a comparison of Lang Chain with my ex. So they both really liked birds. Um, they confused me, both of them. And when there is a problem, like, yeah, this was the situation. Um, so yeah. Uh, back to the identities. So as I tried to explain to Louis that I am also a data scientist, and like working with LLMs, Gen AI, managing stakeholder expectations. Right, my manager is here. Like, yes, we are doing that too, yes. There goes my career opportunities, yes. I do that too, and I've been reading about the history of how these things started and what did pioneers do. And I know that, I know I told you guys you're not gonna learn anything new, but I promise I'm gonna make you forget after this. So here's some history stuff. This guy, Ibn Khaldun, 14th century mathematician and a philosopher, great guy. He talks about this device that you see on the left, composed of these mechanical disks with words written on them. So by arranging them with certain logic according to some scripts, you can ask a question to the device, and by reading what appears in other lines, you can get an answer out of it. Cool stuff, right? But he keeps warning people in his writing about this. He says, we have seen many distinguished people jump at the opportunity of supernatural discoveries. They think that correspondence in form between question and answer shows correspondence in actuality. This is not correct. Now, when I first read this, I thought this was a beautiful way to describe hallucination in a language model. But then I said, it's not really clear enough. He should have said, like me, it's gonna make shit up. And by that, it's very obvious to me, really, at the time, historically, that Ibn Khaldun did not have a product owner. You can't say that shit. Like, coming to our second pioneer, Ada Lovelace. Maybe some of you are familiar. She invents the concept of programming by writing about that device that you see, the mechanical analytical engine at the time. And actually, she figured out like the possibilities. She says, supposing, for instance, that the fundamental relations of pitch sounds in the science of harmony and musical composition were susceptible of such expression and adaptations, the engine might compose elaborate scientific pieces of music of any degree of complexity or extent. 200 years ago, she figured out from a very basic computational device that music can be generated from computers. And it's very obvious to me that she also didn't have a product owner. So I realized I'd never like checked the time. So like, interesting. All right. So, for the next quote, like now, okay, we saw some quotes of the giants that we are like on the shoulders of, pioneers. But what I'm going to show next is really like a pioneer in the field whose quote is still relevant today, 100%, especially on managing expectations of stakeholders. especially on these LLM-based projects and how to deliver something in the middle of these stakeholder management processes. So it's a timeless stakeholder management quote that I found that is very deep and pure wisdom. And actually we are gonna close with this because it's enough wisdom that you cannot like have any more wisdom from this talk ever. I'm gonna reveal it line by line and you will see. We can now start the music actually.